She's simply reacting in this way due to hormones. She's very dull, spoiled, and has little ambition, and is much uglier than my friend's wife. Sarah's own parents are only a two. She was tall, short black hair, light brown eyes, smooth and fluffy skin. How do we feel about this guy? Oh, hello, how you doing? Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Layla. I haven't posted in a while. Last year, I didn't post a single video. On here, I took a break from pretty much all social media. A lot of things happened last year. We're not gonna get into that, because it doesn't matter. It's all in the past. So today, we are going to be doing Am I the A-hole? Which I have not posted part 2. This was supposed to be a series, so I was supposed to do a part 2 a while ago. So kinda dropped the ball on that one. So last time, I believe we got all of the posts from Toxic Reddit over on Instagram. They're a great Instagram page that posts some of the most toxic Am I the A-hole posts that I've ever seen. So in case you're wondering, Am I the A-hole is a subreddit on Reddit where people will post a situation or something that happened and ask people who the a-hole in the situation was. Sometimes it's about them, sometimes it's about a family member, sometimes it's about something their husband or wife or friend did. A lot of the time they go to either extremes. You're like a glaringly huge a-hole, or you're like so much not the a-hole that people are so obviously manipulating you into believing that you are that it's a crazy situation. Am I the a-hole for wanting my friend's wife so much? Hi, I'm male 33, and I've had a crush on my best friend's wife for so long. I met the guy at school and I liked him because he likes the same games and anime as me, as well as loving programming. We both graduated from CC college together, but he later switched to EM, community college to... However, in college we met this girl, the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. She was tall, short black hair, light brown eyes, smooth and fluffy skin. Fluffy skin, huh? That's way of describing a human being. Thin and curvy, funny, intelligent, fiery, responsible, ambitious, and kind. A perfect woman. I met her before my friend, but she put me in the friend zone even though I wanted to date so much. Then, not that I considered it the worst day of my life, she met my best friend who, by the way, is much uglier than me, and just fell in love with the guy. Then I thought, college dating is short. It won't last. Then when it's over, I'll try to date her. Then the universe effed me, and the guys have been together for over 10 years and married, and I see no sign of them breaking up. The longer they are together, the more I hate my best friend and envy him. It seems like she gets more sensual as she gets older, and the more and more I want her. I have a stable job and am in a relationship with a 21-year-old nursing graduate. She's very dull, spoiled, and has little ambition, and is much uglier than my friend's wife. I started staying with her to make her jealous, but I didn't work, and I'm now with a young woman who demands a lot from me, even though I already have to help pay for her college education, which she chose to do at a university. I can't take this life anymore, and whenever I tell my family about it, they judge me as wrong. Am I the a-hole for wanting my friend's wife so much more? Without a doubt, yes. I still don't understand describing someone as smooth and fluffy. Move on. And please, stop dating other women if you're that desperately in love with someone else. So this is called Would I Be the A-hole? So this is a potential would I be the a-hole type of situation where you're asking if you potentially could come across as one. So would I be the a-hole if I visited my parents after my wife gives birth? My wife, Sarah, and I, both early mid-30s, are expecting twins in early March. First and only kids for both of us. We had to go through IVF due to fertility struggles. Sarah is scheduled for a C-section due to this being a difficult pregnancy, and other complications that make her high risk. Luckily, her parents are only a few hours drive away, and willing to come whenever needed. My parents live in another country, and I see them usually once a year to every year and a half. They are aware of when Sarah is scheduling to have her C-section. Things have been going on they don't know how to handle, and they want me there to help out. My parents don't have a lot of money, but they went ahead and booked me a non-refundable plane ticket to come help them and visit them for 6 weeks. The flight date is 5 days after Sarah's scheduled C-section. I've asked Sarah to look into rescheduling her surgery a few weeks earlier if possible, but she refused, saying she'd gotten herself mentally prepared for that particular date. And unless there is some sort of emergency with the twins, her OB is not going to approve pushing it a few weeks. I told her that it would give me more time to help her directly after birth before I leave for my parents. Sarah thinks I'm crazy for even considering going for that long or at all while we have 2 newborns at home, and she's recovering from surgery and we're getting adjusted to being new parents. If I had the money to spare, I'd hire someone to stay with Sarah while I'm gone. I gently reminded Sarah that I regularly see my family, and if they're asking and paying for me to fly there, it must be something serious that requires my presence. At parents' request, I did not tell her the nature of the issues they need help with. Plus, Sarah's own parents are only a 2 to 2.5 hour drive away, and I'm confident they drop whatever they're doing to come help when she needed. Her mom works remotely and could even stay over some nights to help out with the twins. Sarah again called me crazy and ended up telling her parents what I suggested. They both called me, lecturing me, and fussing about abandoning Sarah when she needs me most. I ended up venting to my younger brother, who is also going to be flying out to our parents, but for a shorter time. He is not married and child-free. And he says Sarah is way out of line, and she'll be fine if I go. She's simply reacting in this way due to hormones. Now, to be honest, I really want to go, and my parents would lose several $1,000s if I refused. And I'd have to buy a ticket myself later if I don't go then. Would I be the a-hole if I went? Yes. Yes, you would. I don't also think you can just, like, reschedule a C-section like that. I'm pretty sure it's pretty specific timing. Correct me if I'm wrong, I've never been pregnant, I've never had kids. I don't think you can just reschedule that or push it back. This is just crazy to not care about your wife to that degree. So 100% you would be the a-hole if you did that. I'm sorry that your parents went and bought a non-refundable plane ticket. That's on them for not allowing you the time to discuss such an important thing. Am I the a-hole for arguing with my wife about the childbirth? My wife doesn't want me in the room when she gives birth. The reason is a pretty stupid reason, but here it goes. So, when we gave birth to our son 2 years ago, your wife did, not you, I was on the phone the entire time. I would leave the take calls while she was in labor. My wife and the nurses found it extremely disrespectful that I did that. I stated several times that I did it out of stress because I was worried about her and the baby. Yes, phone calls always calm me down. She also accused me of not doing much besides going to work after our son was home. While we worked it out, I refused to apologize because I'm dealing with my own Schmidt too. Now, we have a baby in the way. She told me she doesn't want me in the room because I completely disrespected her last time and refused to apologize for it. I don't know why she's still not over this, but I have told her several times that I am not missing my child's birth over petty bullshit like this. She still won't budge. Was I the a-hole here? My friends are on my side, but my parents are on my wife's side. I don't know how people are, like, so not self-aware. 100% you are the a-hole. We'll do one more for the night, and then we'll be done. Am I the a-hole for pointing out my sister's blue hand? I, 27 male, have an older sister, 34F. She is a professional chef and has a lot of culinary-themed tattoos. Recently, she got her hands tattooed with measurements she uses a lot in the kitchen, like teaspoons and tablespoons and that sort of thing. How does that work? She says she actually refers to them at work a lot, but I really think that she just got them because it makes people ask her what they're about, and then she gets to talk about being a chef. It impresses people, and I know she enjoys the attention. Recently, we were having dinner with our parents and some family friends. The conversation turned to tattoos, and of course my sister started talking about her new ones. Since they're food-related, that steered the conversation away from tattoos and onto cooking and recipes. I kept waiting for the conversation to go back to tattoos so that I could finally talk about my newest one, but it wasn't happening. Finally, I found an opportunity to point out the fact that one of my sister's tattoos is such poor quality, it dyed a part of the skin around it blue. That happens if the artist presses too hard and it's permanent, which means it was a cheap tattoo. Everyone else looked really awkward. But my sister laughed for some reason and said something like, "Yeah, I just have a blue hand now. Oh well. And that really bothered me. I have many tattoos myself, but all of mine are really meaningful, and I take a lot of care to find good artists. She obviously doesn't take them seriously and just gets them on a whim. But since hers are mostly for attention, everyone wants to talk about hers instead. I told her she shouldn't be so casual about having a bad tattoo, and that it looks like it was cheap. I told her I'm glad she likes it, but it looks like she's been taking colloidal silver or something. My dad told me to let it go, and my mom kept trying to change the subject, and finally my sister just said, my tattoos are personal. It's okay if you don't like them, and ignored me for the rest of the night. My mom thinks I should apologize, and apparently the friends who were there thought I was out of line. Personally, I think I was just pointing out a fact, and I honestly want to make her get better tattoos in the future for her own sake. Am I the a-hole? This guy's really pressed about his sister's tattoos. The thing is, I always thought that tattoos kind of over time begin to like blur out, and because your body is trying to absorb the ink and break it down constantly, so that's why you need to keep like retouching tattoos, refreshing them, blah blah blah. So I thought that happens regardless of how high quality they are. I don't know, I don't have tattoos. I don't understand how her tattoos work. That would be great, honestly, if you're a chef and you work with your hands a lot. I love the sister's reaction. I feel like she didn't make the situation more dramatic than it had to be, and this guy's kind of weird for like that complete overreaction. Alright, so I think that's our video. I wanted to keep it short because I haven't been on YouTube in so long. So thank you all so much for watching, especially if you've watched this far into the video. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I will get back to posting more. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't really know. So thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all here next time.